What's up, everybody? Mike Watson here, publisher of Short Fuse Media, owner of Freestyle Comics, aka Super Mad Brother, one half of the good, the bad, the nerdy, and the most enthusiastic person in comics is here for another episode of Dare Creative. And you're probably like, oh my God, Mike, you're giving us so many episodes. Yes, I am. And that is because these episodes are the road to Comic Con. We're going to be at two big comic book conventions next weekend, and we want to give you a look at everything that goes about it, and we want to promote the hell out of them. So I'm doing a lot of live videos. I want you people to be there. If you're going to be in Columbus, Ohio, and Baltimore, I want you to be at our tables and come check us out and see what we do. We got some things to go over. I'm going to be doing some print reveals. Oh, no. And I'm going to be starting something. See, I got so impatient. I got a little ahead of myself. We're going to be doing this other thing that I want to do, looking at a history of FSK comics. I'm going to pull up my thingamabob here. Let's see. We're live. Look at that. I'm going to have to mute this for 1 second because I want to. Thing that I want to do, looking at a history of FSK comics. I'm going to pull up my. There we go. All right. Let's see if this thing lets me see comments on here. I hope it does. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Go back the other way. We'll see how that plays out. All right, so I got that set up here. Not seeing any comments here. I got two people in here. I don't know who's in here yet. Where are my things at? Where did I put them? Just trying to give a little bit of time because we are broadcasting simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook. Yay! That's pretty awesome. Feel powerful. Let me see. Did I put it in here? I did. Some of them. That's okay. We'll break down 3 of them. That's fine. We'll get it started. We'll do the beginning error. That's all right. 1. Hold up. Yeah. These 2 and this one. Yeah, we're going to be doing some mad print reveals today. Going to be talking about history covers today. We're going to be talking about Wizard World Columbus and everything we have going on. I think I have a comment here. Let's check that out. Daniel Calavan's in the building. What's up, Daniel? If you guys are tuning in at any point today, give this a share. Spread it on out. Let other people know you're watching this in turn so they can watch this as well. Start a watch party. It'd be appreciated. All right, so let's dig in. I hope everyone's doing good today. I'm pretty jazzy right now. Let me get my little. See, I thought I was ready. Here, and I'm not. I need my little. What is that thing? John Scoop, what's up? He said, what's up, man? How you doing? Stephen McIntyre, my favorite teacher in the absolute world. What's up? Christina's in the building. Hey, Christina, what's up? Yes. I just need, thank you, John, for giving me a share there. All right, so we're going to be, like I said, just for those of you that just tuned in or whatnot, we're going to be talking about the Wizard World Columbus, a little bit about Baltimore. And then we're going to be doing, Jen wants to know how much I love her. Jen, I love you that much. Okay, did you see that? That was a whole circumference that I made. So that's the answer to your question. All right, let's see here. We're talking a little bit about the video game release party, some print reveals, and a history of FSK covers. So, because I got some massive things here. So let's dive in. And if you got any questions, post them up, and I will get to them as good as I can. All right, wow, we're starting to build up some people here tuned in. Who's all watching? Can I see? The answer was 3,000. Dang it! Yes, I have failed. I have failed my geekdom badge. Jesus, that is the answer. Aaron says, "See you in Columbus." Yes, I hope to. Yes, I will see you in Columbus. So yes. Good. You are the Jazz. Thank you, Mr. Turf. Why? All right, so we'll keep it here because I want to keep the stream separate. All right. Here we go. So first things first here. Where are we at? Let's get this share screen on. Got a lot to go over today, so sorry. We'll start here. Let's start with some events and what we have going on. Video game release party, our fourth one this year, will be happening October 24, 2019 at GameStop in Reynoldsburg. Please come out there and join us. We'll be giving away a free copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It is the new joint. That's the one that everyone's looking for. That's the one everybody wants. We'll be giving away a free copy of it. We have tons of trivia contests that'll be happening that night. I'm working on a secret game that I hope my buddy Donald will be willing to help me out on. It'll be something you've never seen before. We're changing the game with this one, so I'm hoping he's on board for it. All right, tons of us will be out there. We'll have more on it. It was just a quick flash. Wizard World. Yo, DeMille, DJ Cooley in the building. The most energy. Hey, I'm trying to be there, man. I'm trying to be that person. Actually, that's so funny that he comes right in at that time because he will be the DJ at our video game party. DJ Cooley coming in, holding down those beats and music for us. So please join us and him as he'll be bringing the tunes. GameStop hashtag pull up. I love it. All right. Wizard World Columbus, everybody. Hometown show. Big show happening 18th, 19th, and 20th. Use code FREESTYLE to save 20% off your admission. Tell your friends. Anybody can use this code. It will save you 20% off your ticket prices. And a 3-day pass at Wizard World Columbus right now is $30. So 20% off that $30. Hey, I'm trying to save you money and get you in at this show. Please pass that code around. Share it. Let everybody know. Use code FREESTYLE. If you guys can make it to where my code is used more than anybody else, I'd appreciate that so much. All right. Also, if you're a cosplayer, you're going to want to be at this show. There's a $10,000 grand prize winner for the best cosplay happening at Wizard World Columbus. 10K, 10,000 stacks on stacks on stack on stacks happening at this show. So you want to be there for that. Other show that we have, Baltimore Comic-Con, will be happening at the same time as Wizard World Columbus. This is the first, okay? This is the first time Short Fuse Media will be at not only Baltimore. Nah, we were there last year, but we're there now as 6 people. But this will be the first time that we will be at 2 major comic book conventions at the same damn time. All right? Be there and support us and check us out what we have here. Actually, let's get you a little more information. Who you'll have in that building is Danny J. Quick, Daniel Caliban, Kat Calamia, Morgan Iverson, and Charlie Cox, and I will be there in spirit. Sean Mack will also be there holding it down. They will be at tables A122, Artist Alley through A123. Signings, comics, prints, exclusives, meet the creators, geek them, all going down. Be there for that event because it's going to be what's up. This print will be exclusive there. I will have, do I have them? What did I do with them? I got to find them. Dang it. All right. I will have 1 set of these cards to give away at Wizard World Columbus. Only 1. You got to get the rest of them at Baltimore. Yeah. So those are the events that we have going on this month, just for October. Did I say? I think I said Charlie Cox. I think I did just say Charlie Cox, man. That's not his name. I'm sorry. Daredevil will not be. That is terrible. Daredevil will not be at Baltimore Comic-Con. Just our Charlie will be at Baltimore Comic-Con. Not to downplay Charlie. He's a great guy. But he will not be there. But we will be there in spirit. That's so funny. Thank you, John. Again, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please ask them. As soon as I see them, I will answer them. Just a quick overview of Dear Creative. Dear Creative is my journey into making comic books. I like to give advice, tell stories of what's going on with FSK and Short Fuse Media, giving you my view and my perspective, and hopefully it helps you on your journey. It's a place where I get to celebrate the things I'm doing in comic books because I'm very excited about those things, talk about and discuss my failures at the same time, and what we're doing in the industry to make it more impactful for us as indies, and how we're getting our stuff out there. But basically, just talking about making comics and the world of geekdom as it is. So I'm constantly influenced by the things that I love and I geek out about. So I talk about those things on the show as well. Daniel saying, please, you really need to come out to both of these shows, but go to the con that is closest to you. Daniel Calvin. And that's his character, Liberty, right there from American Dreams. Good job, Daniel Calvin. That's called branding, right? I'm going to leave that up there for a minute as we dig around here. So I have a couple things going on at these shows. Let's see. We're going back to sharing the screen. You want to stay tuned. You want to stay in the pot because I will be revealing some awesome prints, some print deals that I have going on as well. So you want to stay here. And we're going to be talking about a couple things happening in mainstream geek culture as well. All right. Bam. So I'm going to pull you back down here, Daniel. All right. So FSK gear. If you're at Wizard World Columbus and you're rocking a Freestyle Comics t-shirt and you are not one of the people on my team that will be helping me, you will get a custom print or a comic book signed just for rocking an FSK t-shirt. Also, again, I can't say it enough, use my code FREESTYLE to get into Wizard World Columbus and save yourself 20%. So I'm trying to save you 20% off your tickets and give you a free print, which is valued at $10, or a free comic book, which is valued at $5, just for rocking some FSK gear. You also want to use our there's our link to our FSK gear right there. So go ahead and jot that down so you can get to getting to the Redbubble site to even get FSK shirts. And we have some pretty awesome ones that have been designed by Veronica Smith. What else we got in here? Oh, yeah. Special delivery has been shipped out to Short Fuse Media. This is a little teaser image, the double-sided print, the two-sided print that we got popping off for that exclusive Baltimore is on its way out there. The Epic cards are on its way out there as well. DeMille, yeah, you need a t-shirt. Woo, Daniel. Team has the free tickets that we'll be giving away out there to get some free items as well. So tons of stuff is going to be happening at Wizard World Columbus and Baltimore. And I think that's all we got for that. All right. Yep, that's done. I think we're about to get into some print reveals. All right, so just a refresher. I finished up the final details on 2 of these. I revealed them yesterday, but I'm going to show you again today. And this is going to be for my Ohio State C-Bus fans right there. Thank you, DeMille. Get that chant going, FSK, FSK. All right. This is for the Ohio State fans out here. I call this the Hulk and Brutus special. All right. Got this cleaned up and completely finished yesterday. Not to toot my own horn, but I am very happy with the way the Hulk's back muscles came out on this piece. I normally don't draw the back characters a whole lot. So I had a lot of fun with this, even though I am not Ohio State fan. I'm not really a college sports fan at all. But this one is a signature piece, teaming up the heroics and amazement of college sports with the heroics and amazement of comic books. Thought these 2 characters really mess well. If they landed on the field together, they would smash. Next up, we have one more exclusive. The Brutus, smashing through boulders, smashing through rock and gravel. I'm only going to be selling this print at Wizard World Columbus. Only will be selling this at Wizard World Columbus. I'm going to have a limited run of these. I'm not going to have a whole lot of them. So you're going to want to come over to my table, find me ASAP if you are digging this and you want to get it, because it will be limited and I will only be selling this at Columbus. And now, I need to tag him. Jen, How much do I love you? I love you 3,000. I got it in there, John. All right, hold up. I can't believe I didn't tag him. I'm going to try to kill a little bit of time. I don't think he's going to see this. Jen saying she's buying that print. All right, so I did something a little special this time. Whenever I go to shows, I normally there's a few people who are super into my artwork. Like they always come to get the next print. They're looking for another print to add to their collection. And then after a while, they go to, they see you at 1 show, 2 shows, 3, 4, 5, 6 shows. It becomes a regular to see this person coming to get their new print. So this year, for Wizard World Columbus, I'm doing a whole slew of new prints for the show already. But Byron, who is an avid supporter with what I do, he's always shouting me out on social media. He's always tagging me in things, and we have epic debates about top 10 movie lists and things like that. I decided to try something out and see what print he would want to get. Now, I have this thing at my shows that when someone is like constantly coming over to get art or shows a genuine like crap ton of excitement that is genuine and not fabricated, I will go an extra mile and hook them up a little bit on the prints. We'll see, Jen. See, I did this thing where I did a circle, bam, because the circle was infinite, so it beats 3,000. But John was like, "Man, the answer was 3,000." I was like, "Oh my God, you're right. I just saw Endgame. The answer is 3,000." I just never win. Holds up the number 3 for Mike. All right, so jumping back into it or whatnot, but so I will generally hook you up if you're like really excited and you're constantly getting a bunch of prints and stuff from me. Because at the end of the day, it's more important for you to have my artwork and you're showing it off to your friends, you have it hanging up on your wall, than me trying to make a bunch of freaking money off of one person or whatnot. But I want to try something different. I asked Byron what print. I know Byron's going to come and get prints because whenever Byron knows I'm going to be at a show that he's going to, he'll ask me what the print deals are, and I'll tell him. But this time I wanted to switch it up, and I asked him actually what print did he want there? What one was he looking for? And he said Moon Knight. What's happening? Asking for a friend when and where again is Wizard World Columbus again. DeMille, it is next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Kicking off at 4 p.m. on Friday till 4 p.m. on Sunday. But I asked Byron which print did he want or what was he looking for, and he said Moon Knight. I've been really trying to get really good and comfortable with using the iPad. The first image I showed you was done on an iPad. This one was done on an iPad as well, and I was able to get a Moon Knight done for him on the iPad. So that is the Moon Knight print that I will have at Wizard World Columbus. It is only my second time drawing Moon Knight, and I had a lot of fun with this one. Actually drawing him in motion, jumping across the rooftop with that moon in the background. Super fun image that I wanted to get out there doing some Nightmare Before Christmas prints. Jen is saying I should do some Nightmare Before Christmas prints. I probably should. That's a very popular thing. All right, so this will also be at Wizard World Columbus as well. Part of the new slew of prints that I will be capping off here. All right. But now, the massive one. If you've been paying attention to my social media, you'll notice that I put out a teaser trailer today. Daniel says the Hulk looks great. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. If you paid attention to my social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, I put together a little teaser trailer of some work of this massive piece that I'm working on. It's blatantly obvious it's My Hero Academia piece. My Hero Academia will be premiering the 4th season. And again, if you've been paying attention to my social media, I absolutely love My Hero Academia. My wife and my daughter AJ and I, we freaking love it. It is an amazing, amazing show. And I've never watched the anime I throw it on while I'm drawing, but I've never watched the anime so many times in such a short period of time since it was released. I've watched it like the whole season 4 times. So to celebrate this 4th season, which I'm looking forward to so much, I have a new massive piece that will be released. I'm so excited. It will be released. Where is it? Oh, hold on. Let's get it up. All right. Sorry about that. All right, so this piece. All right. So this is a 4-piece set. All right. I'm gonna start from the back. This print. This is part 1. I had so much fun drawing these characters. Looking at a ton of reference. Excuse me. Oh, my eyes a little itchy. All right, but that's part 1. Dropping right there. For My Hero Academia. Massive piece. And now we're going for part 2. Right there. We got a lot going on. A lot of action. A lot of colors. A lot of explosions and energy popping off on this bad boy. All right. We got part 3, which I showed you yesterday. He had a different background yesterday, but it is going to be a part of this. So this is going to be a set that you can get with the logo and things on here. Because like I said, I'm a big fan of it, man, and I wanted to celebrate this being launched out here in a special way. And the final part, Midoriya, right there, practicing with his shoot style. I love this freaking costume of his, man, and there's so many cool things. I could talk about My Hero Academia all day, but let's see here. Let's hit this with a tab, and let's get you a little bit bigger so you guys can get a better see at that. Not that close. Sorry, computer's not cooperating with me. I'm doing a couple, maybe too many things at once. All right, so here's the whole piece right here. I had so much fun drawing these things. Looked at a ton of reference, obviously, for the characters, getting costumes right and stuff like that. But I really wanted the poses to be full of I wanted the poses to be full of motion. I want the poses to be full, like, to embody the actual characters, personalities, and things like that. But I didn't want to replicate the manga style, but I wanted to draw it in my style. I wanted my influence of how I draw comic books over that, and that was actually a hard thing to do, trying to find that balance, because there's some very expressive things that they do with the eyes and face and mouth that they really push in that manga format that doesn't look so good in my style. Still a work in process, but this will be available at Wizard World Columbus, and this will be $25 for this whole set. And then I have individual ones with a different background that you can just get for $10 by themselves. All right. All right. So that one's done. So that was the big reveal here. Let me check these. Jen, thank you. I am glad it's sick. It's the type of sick that I want to have. Yes, John, you absolutely need to watch this anime. You need to. It is on Funimation. I believe you should be able to watch it for free on Funimation, but there's commercials. But Funimation is like $6 a month. Do it. Watch it. My excited giggle was real. It was genuine. All right. So, what do we got? Here? Next up. So those are the print reveals. I still have a couple more to reveal for the show. I'm not gonna fire off all my guns in one night, but we are going to dive into the history of covers, FSK covers. So what I want to do, and I'll also post this one section, just like the actual image. I want to look back at Freestyle Comics covers. Victor presented me with a really great idea of, while I'm working on the books, I need to go ahead and work on the covers as well, and post those as images for people to see, but also as a trigger and instigator for me to keep going, to keep me motivated in the production of this book. Hotshot technically has 10 issues out because of issue 0. And we have Hotshot technically plotted to issue 100, which is going to be what we have determined as the final issue of Hotshot. And a lot of things are going on in that book. But out of Hotshot has come other books: Vigilance, Heroes International, Emerald Quest, The Cipher, and the Source book. We'll be having another book that we add to that roster. And Taijutsu Gates, and the Zero event. So all this springing forth and what we're going to launch and get at for next year and 2020. Super excited about it. And I want to keep the conversation going about these books. And there's always ways to do it, because the way I look at it is, guess what? Everybody in the world doesn't have the #1 issue of the books. So that's my goal. Let's get everybody a copy of the #1 issues. Because the books still sell. The #1 issues still sell, because at these shows and events that I do, there's still people that haven't heard of me or heard the books or bought them. So I got to keep that conversation up. I've noticed in my journey of making comic books that my audience is slowly starting to expand. So things that I've posted or shared a year ago, the new audience of people haven't seen. So let's bring it back up so they can see it too, and further spread the word. So we are going to be talking about covers, and we're not just any. Well, yeah, we're talking about the very first covers in freestyle comic history. All right, this, I bet you there are very, 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 very few people who have seen this cover. All right, this is the original, very first Hotshot cover ever made in history. All right, this bad boy goes back. All right, when making this cover, here's my awesome wife. Is that an apple?
Yes, it is.
Bringing me dinner. All right. So we wanted a cover that would cover everything that we were doing with comics or doing with this Hotshot book. And not that I realized it at the time, me nor Victor, that what we were making here is really a graphic novel cover, basically, instead of an actual cover to a comic book. We're going to get your word out there, buddy. Thank you, Jen. John, what are you saying whoa to? Oh, yeah. No, see, that's what I'm saying, John. No one's seen this. Like, this was back, at least when I was still in college. All right. Just trying to make sure I got all the comments here. I'll get to My Hero Academia eventually. No, there's no eventually, Daniel. You need to do it. The show is such a damn inspiration. You're doing yourself a disservice by not watching it. Oh, I got beef stroganoff and the apple, because she wants me to eat something healthy too, because she loves me and I love her too. All right, so whispers. She's calling Miles. Mike is Spider-Man's dad. That was a good one. That was really good. All right, so but we had a lot of things going on, or we have a lot of things going on in this first arc of Hotshot, or what we planned for it. It was going to be big and adventurous. And we are introducing Vigilance. Look, so we got Carla in here. We got Vigilance on here. We got Void. Hotshot and Void fighting. Like, I mean, freaking Void is mean mugging Hotshot's face. And, of course, that full pose of Hotshot with the iconic chain of justice hanging off there. A little bit of graphic design. I was trying to employ all my little Columbus College of Art Design education into making this cover. And I really couldn't decide on a single image. So that's why all this is on here, because I couldn't decide on a single image. This is like my first book that I had ever done. And doing this in tandem with Victor Dandridge, who wrote the book, pitched me an amazing 6 issues that he claimed was just, I was just trying to show you how to write. I love that story. I'll probably get into that story at some point again, too, because I never get tired of telling it. But colors, the actual interiors were not colored. The book was black and white on the inside. But this is fun. This is the original Hotshot cover. I don't even have, I think I might still have this in my comic book box, but I doubt it, because I was just trying to sell the book as much as I could. I was just trying to get that book out there. And I'm actually, for the Hotshot Trade Volume 1, I'm revisiting this #1 cover and putting it to the test to see if I can obviously do it better, if I can capture it better, and make a stronger cover from it. If you notice, the white stripes aren't even on Hotshot's top head portion or whatnot. This is crazy to me. And look, there's all these little things, like the logo doesn't have the other slit in it. So right now, I just did that because I thought it looked cool. It has 2 slits or 2 cuts in the H, but they're not where they currently are now, because this is just the H. The way that we'll get into it. Basically, that H logo is completely different from the way it is now. And I didn't even think about this, and someone that actually focused in graphic design had to point it out to me, and I'm like, my God, I didn't realize it. Next is, let's see here. Now, this is the Hotshot #1 remix cover. I drew it and inked it. And Ren McKenzie. This is Ren McKenzie's first work on. This is Ren McKenzie's first work with Freestyle Comics. Jen says, "Oh, I love Vic. I can see him saying he was trying to teach you to write." Oh, absolutely. That was his whole pitch. It was really an application of resume. So, as the book, I think by this time that this cover came out, we had about 3 issues out of Hotshot, and got to the point to where we can go back and revisit the first issue of Hotshot and get it to the way that we wanted it to be. Which actually means adding colors to the book, fixing the letters and things like that, and dubbed it the remix issue. Thing that I want you to notice is, look at the title font. It's Hotshot with the big logo on it. Did we have that on the first one? No, we didn't. I'm sorry, I need to go back. All right, yeah. So, as you can see, the slits and cuts are different in this. So this #1 issue is old as hell. Later on, why did I keep clicking the wrong screen? Later on, we put the slit right there and over here. If you can just focus there. Hotshot's still up there, and we threw remix behind there. Remix, we do a lot of vocabulary from music, because Freestyle Comics is inspired and has the breath of hip-hop in it. I believe making comic books involves freestyle artwork, and I'm a big fan of freestyle ciphering and things like that. So big hip-hop influence on that or whatnot. But as you can see, now with those 2 cuts there in the H, now the H becomes the H, and it becomes the S in Hotshot. And a buddy at my job had to point that out to me for me to even see it. And it forever changed. The logo of the Hotshot emblem. But I wanted to put a crazy, crazy cover together for this issue. I wanted it to be big, impactful, dramatic. I wanted you to be like, what is going on in this book when you picked it up? We actually hosted a coloring contest for this, for people to do this cover. We were pretty, not to toot our own horn, but Vic and I were pretty popular when this book was coming out, because what we were doing to a degree was unheard of at that time. We were putting out an indie book that happened to be a superhero book that was 22 pages, full color, every other month, and we were putting it out on time for like 3 issues. We delivered. We said it was coming out. We delivered. We said the next one's coming out. We delivered. So we were picking up a fan base rather quickly because these books were coming out when they were supposed to, and when we said so. And so we wanted this cover to just rock and roll. And I really wanted to focus on the casualties that happen in superhero battles. And I really wanted to capture that moment of people fear, but a hero standing tall and trying to turn the tide and, you know, save everybody as best as he could. Ren McKenzie stuck his foot in the colors on this bad boy. Let me go ahead and tag him in here. Excuse me, a little slow, but there it is. All right, so Jen saying, okay, no. Jen says, so Hotshot is the reason I get to pick and make fun of Ren on a daily basis. Yes, it is. I love how you connect those dots. All right, and then next up, we had a number 1 issue here. This is our free comic book day. Just playing around with that. An epic flying at the screen Hotshot image. I didn't want anything else in the background. As you can see, we're still rocking the logo up there in the title bar, which I regret now because it took up so much space. And I didn't even get to talk about it, but the old school, let's see here, is it on here? Yeah, the old school title box up in the left-hand corner, how we have it right now. You know, with the 3 boxes, even if you could see it up here in the left-hand corner, the character out there, I was heavily influenced when designing stuff by Marvel and DC and how those people make comic books. I wanted our books to be very similar to that. The T for teen, the team name at the bottom, Watson, Dandridge, and Brain on there. The first issue really big. So, and then we go back to the other first issue. Got a little bit more sophisticated on our comic box here. Really messing around with the design. It's got a lot of flair of the old school comic book box, but I try to update it pretty much and make it more glamorous with our number 1, how much, the month it came out, the logo, and with our word balloon being a logo and Hotshot back there visibly, you can still see him. It's almost like he's saying Freestyle Comics. And that was like the original logo back in the day. And that logo has gone through some changes. And as you can see on this next cover, that is an updated version of that logo. Buddy and a very good friend, Marshall Shorts, cleaned that up for us and made it more of a sophisticated comic book logo. I really love what he did. We rocked this for a number of years. Kept that same box info there, softened it up so you can see Hotshot a bit more. But we still are rocking this Hotshot and the logo. This book was put together by a very vicious team of creators, very talented individuals, and you are getting with this the ultimate version of the number 1 book. I think Danny Cooper would say the only thing that he really wants to work on with this first issue is redoing the letters. That's the only thing that he wants to do to it. We had some pretty awesome colors on this. Inks came back in to clean up some stuff here that we had, and this book was just like when we got done with this, it was just a joy to really just have like what Vic and I saw back in college, to finally have it where we wanted to be on this one. And I think the solid white background and just a strong, powerful image of Hotshot powering up his energy. Didn't really want any trail off of the energy or anything like that. Wanted to have like that arm and fist was just warming up with the energy within right before he releases it. But the nice glow on it, it's a really polished image of Hotshot, and we want it to be a really polished image to showcase how polished this first issue is. We got the white stripes up there on his head now. The logo has been changed up there. Let me go back one more time. Yep, the logo's changed on there. As you can see, that's a darker blue. That's almost a more purple blue. Up here, we've brightened up that blue, softened it. I want to say we made that blue less aggressive. Does he have it on here? Again, something else that nobody noticed. It's not on here. Hot Shot used to have the Hot Shot name on his arm, and I took that off because I got tired of drawing that shit over and over and over again. But also in 2010, Hot Shot was nominated at Champion City Comic Con for Best Indie Ongoing Series, and I was nominated as Best Indie Artist in 2010 for Champion City Comic Con. We didn't win. We got beat by Scott Simmons. Curses. But we put the logo on there for it because, man, just to get nominated in this field of all these artists and creators out here, man, that's an honor, and that says a lot just to even be nominated on there. We were putting in the work. We were. Jen says she loves this cover. It's really dope. Yes, Jen. I was lazy. I did not want to keep writing Hot Shot over and over again on that arm. So I will take those images. I will post those images up in its own little post or whatnot. Tomorrow, I will do the current #1 issues from my previous publisher and the publisher I'm with now. Those will be the next ones that we'll talk about, and those are even more. Those are even more complicated as we toil through the comic book industry. We learn more, we get inspired by more, and we're more adapt to making these books. So I'm going to enjoy going over those and posting those. So hope you enjoy this journey into the FSK cover history. And while I'll be doing this, we will also be revealing the ultimate read order for the Freestyle Comics Hot Shot verse. The books, all 5 titles, should be read in a certain order. And Danny and I have where's my list? All right, it's somewhere. Danny and I have toiled over this list to get this the way we want it. It's also going to affect our release dates, how our books are going to come out moving forward. But that's a story for another day. The first book being Hot Shot #1 is the first book that you need to read in the ultimate reading order for the Hot Shot verse. So there's that. Let me check these comments. Looks like we're all squared away on comments. And I thought one just popped up. And I have, okay, so we looked at covers. I did print reveals, talked about the video release party. It's so a certain director made comments about comic book movies not being cinema. And it caused a bit of a ruffle. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about that. I have opinions about it as well. He said the films he makes connects with the characters in it and things like that. He gets to put on this full array of emotions, and you get to see these characters develop over several layers and things like that. And I'm not going to knock him. He makes amazing movies. He really does. They're fantastic films. I look forward to watching them. But I feel like comments like this, and this is my opinion, you can agree with it or disagree with it. I feel like comments like this are disrespectful to creators that are working on these films. And I think he misses it, or he doesn't get it, that these emotions and stuff that he's saying that he's putting on film, that they get to express, and these different layers of stuff like that, that happens in these movies as well. Specifically, the MCU universe, we got to see characters develop over 23 films. The scale of emotion and stuff that they display over this time, they become completely different people by the end of this Infinity Saga. But the more emotional connection hits home with us, with the actual viewer. I'm not gonna lie, Infinity War or Endgame, I shedded some tears. I was crying like 4 different times at 4 different moments. Sitting there with the audience of people who've watched these movies for so long. Let me see. John, it's 0 through 9. I don't know if you got 0. And I think you need to read 5 through 9. Yeah. So the emotions and the connection is us. even though it's also happening on screen. But I would put these movies up against any other film with what it has done to its audience. I mean, look what Black Panther did alone for a whole community and culture. If you're not telling me, to me, the definition of film, cinema, and movies is how it moves us as a people, that we're affected by it, that we feel something while we're watching these movies, while we're experiencing these movies. And that's exactly what they do. So to discredit them and say that they're not cinema, I think is an irresponsible comment, especially from someone that's so tenured in the Hollywood game. These movies, not standing aside that I think that they're fantastic, but someone posted up a vid of the last scene in Endgame and the culmination of all that stuff coming together over 23 films, and to get us getting the fan service and payoff of certain things. That crowd reaction is phenomenal. That crowd reaction in the movie theater, you could literally take that and it would outshine any sports football game. It would outshine the noise at the Olympics. It would outshine the noise in a college Super Bowl game, the World Series. It would outshine it if you put all those theaters together with all those people reacting at the same time. That video was posted and it had the sounds of the audience cued to the movie. And that's how my theater was. That wasn't my theater that I watched, but in my theater, that's exactly how it sounded, if not louder. So there's your emotional connection, man. That's where we're connecting. That's where we're seeing all these layers. I mean, these movies are on a different scale. They're on a different scope as far. Well, no, I take that last back. They are equally as emotional, and you can't downplay them just because they're not your thing. I mean, he equated them down to an amusement park ride. Here's the thing. I go to Cedar Point. I've been to Cedar Point, Kings Island, all this stuff. I've been to Universal Studios. I don't wait in line for no roller coasters and nothing like that. But I wait in line for these comic movies. Every one of them. You just can't discredit things like that. Even for the sheer fact of, even if you don't think it's on an emotional scale as your own stuff, which is kind of arrogant. But I guess he is tenured and he has earned that arrogance at the same time. But just for the sheer amount of work that goes into it, you can't disrespect those people like that. To all these people that worked on this for over 10 years, 23 films, averaging over $1 billion per film. Oh, it's Spider-Man Far From Home. Oh my goodness, it's like the perfect bookend. Peter's emotions through that whole thing. Cat getting Mjolnir? Come on, man. Cat picking up Mjolnir. I stood up. And when we got no, did I stand up there? Yeah, I did stand up there. When he pulled it back and was getting ready to say, when Falcon's in his ear saying on your left, I started to cry, man. Like, he's on your left, Cap. He finally got to say it back to Cap. Cap did it to him all the time. And he finally got to say it back to Cap. Not only does he get to say it back to Cap at the most pivotal time ever, but he finally got to say it back. I mean, Thor getting Joyce I knew you were worthy. And Cap put those hands on Thanos when he got that hammer. Tony, come on, man. I am Iron Man to close it out. That's how we opened it up, man. So we opened up, and then he closed it. He said, I opened doors and I shut them. Just saying. So that's how I feel about that. John saying, Jen says, I completely agree with you. John says, hell yeah, man. It's emotional on several levels for him. John saying, I don't cry in movies. I really don't. But from a cultural and comic and fan perspective, the one moment I actually shed a tear of pure joy, and this may sound crazy, in Black Panther when W'Kabi said, you'd kill me, my love. No. And okay, you responded for Wakanda without question. Instant tears. No, I completely respect that. Because that scene was solid. And I think that speaks something. And then, come on, man. You can't knock these films because there's so many reasons you can't. The representation of the female in Black Panther is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Black Panther can't make a move without a woman. without a woman being in his decision, and not in a bad way. In an absolute, I trust and respect you. He has a great relationship with his parents. The women protect the most important people. And the women are the most dangerous and most powerful warriors in Wakanda. They protect the most prized person in Wakanda, whether that be the king or the queen. And they weren't over-sexualized. And there were so many different shades of women there. And so many different hairstyles. You know what I'm saying? It was just glorious. And it was subconsciously there. And it wasn't in your face. It was just because it's a part of their life. There's no reason to just keep blah, 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 putting it on there. Man, come on. Exactly. The only thing I didn't like about Endgame was they didn't make the powerful women seem longer and bigger. I agree. The Dora Milaje, the adored ones. Awesome. Well, all right, let's do a bit of branding here. Bits of the branding. I can't believe I didn't have that up the whole time. All right, so if you're watching on YouTube, or go over to YouTube, subscribe. If you like this video, subscribe. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, still subscribe. And give me a thumbs down. Tell me why you didn't like it. Ask me some questions. Let's talk about it. I do Dear Creative episodes all the time, and I'm always live when I do them. And they're conversations just like this. Please follow and subscribe. Share it with a friend. Tell somebody that you think might like it, might be into these things that I'm talking about. Tell them. Have them subscribe. Follow me on all social media, as in FS Comics, Freestyle Comics, Art of Mike Watson, Short Fuse Media on Twitter, and of course, shortfusemediagroup.com on our website, where we have just under 30 comic books that we publish on a regular basis. We have t-shirts, and we have an awesome t-shirt that just got posted. I'm going to start promoting that shirt tomorrow because I'm going to get it. Sean snuck that under the radar on me. I can't wait to get this t-shirt. Action figures, merch. If you buy every printed copy of the book that you buy, of any book that you buy, you get the digital copy for free. Yes. And I hear those Freestyle Comic guys, if you buy any of their books, you're getting digital wallpapers, music, original music inspired by Freestyle Comics characters, all that type of good stuff. So go check the website out. We'll have a lot of good things on there. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in today. Tomorrow, I'll be doing another episode, premiering some more stuff. I'll also be doing a new episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Nerdy, which you can follow on Twitter at TTHENERDY on Twitter. We're also on Facebook, Good, Bad, Nerdy. Follow our page. We do a lot of stuff there. We'll be doing a live broadcast tomorrow, and we'll have a very interesting conversation about an awesome cartoon anime that I watched on Netflix. I can't pronounce the name, so I will not attempt to because I don't want to decimate it. But just tune in and find out tomorrow. I think that's all the social media. Is that all the social media? Let me see here. You guys see that? Let me put my green shirt up there so you can see it. Because trust me, I'm a Jedi. There we go. Yeah, go ahead and jot all those down. Or you can just pause it. And get that down there. But again, subscribe, follow, share, tell the world about us and what we're doing. See you at Wizard World Columbus next weekend. See you at Baltimore Comic Con next weekend. See you at the video game release party the weekend after. Also, I will be at Galaxy Con Louisville next month. Yes, excited about that. Making moves, making things happen. Get it cracking. Captain. All right, and as always, stay epic. Stay epic. It's been a pleasure. Catch you guys later.